if you're into combat sports, you have to admit that that was a good fight, and it was much better than what we expected. So, watched the Mayweather-McGregor fight last night, and I must say I really enjoyed myself. I had my doubts at first. I was a little scared that it was going to be more of a spectacle, and people were going to they were kind of doing this to kind of make a mockery of MMA, boxing, whatever. They did a lot of trash talking to sell the fight, which is, we kind of expected that. Like, that's a good way to sell tickets and sell pay-per-views and stuff like that. But I am a true combat sports fan. Like, I watched and read a lot of foolishness on social media. All these casual boxing fans are saying this and that. But I'm going to give y'all my analysis of the fight. I thought Conor McGregor came out looking real sharp, looking real confident. He did a really good job of keeping Floyd Mayweather at a distance by using his height and reach on Floyd, and landed a pretty good uppercut in that opening round. But after that, he really didn't do too much. I mean, he was busy, but he never really hurt Floyd. And I was telling a guy in the gym earlier that in basketball, in the NBA, or even like any sport, like even football, you can go a whole game and not complete a pass, but all it takes is for you to complete that one pass and you start to get confident. In basketball, you'll have a sharpshooter, like let's take Klay Thompson for example. Klay Thompson might miss 20 shots in a row, but come third quarter, if he hits a shot, then his confidence is gonna grow. And I was telling my brother during the fight, I was like, if Floyd starts to land that right hand lead, then Conor McGregor is going to be in a lot of trouble, and that's all it took. He landed that one right hand, and Floyd started to wear him down. He used his jabs to the body to cause Conor McGregor to drop his hands, and then he was able to come over the top with right hands and kind of pick his shots. I get a little annoyed when people call Floyd Mayweather a boring fighter, but the thing with Floyd Mayweather is he's not going to waste a whole lot of punches. I think Floyd's game is this: make a lot of money and be alive the way I can spend it. Be in my right mind so that I can spend it. You can make fun of him about not being able to read and all you want to. I mean, that's personal. We talking about things that happen in the ring. So Floyd is one of those guys where he doesn't want to say he was in it too long. I truly believe that Muhammad Ali was the GOAT. And we can debate all day. You can put it in the comments. You can come at me on social media. Do what you want to do. Muhammad Ali was the GOAT. But I think what made Ali's career such a sad ending was that he stayed too long. Sometimes he just went to the mountaintop once too often. And that's what happens, especially in boxing, a sport like boxing. It's just the way it is. We saw it happen with Bernard Hopkins last year. So Floyd is one of those fighters that he wants, he tries to make smart decisions about his career. I think the guy got like 5 kids or something like that, and he was saying that he wanted to be able to earn a whole lot of money so he can use that money to take care of his children later on in life. But anyway, sorry I got off subject. But the fight, everybody was saying, oh, well, this fight lasted longer than what I thought. Not in my opinion. I had a good feeling that the first 3 rounds, Conor was going to try and tear Floyd's head off. He did. He definitely tried to rip Floyd's head off. This fight looked a lot like the Zab Judah fight. If you remember that fight, Zab Judah, first 4 rounds, just whooping on Floyd, getting easy shots, sneaking in a lot of left hooks. Nothing to really hurt Floyd, but it kind of stunned him a lot, got his attention real good. And then next thing you know, Floyd starts picking him apart. starts landing jabs to the body, getting him to drop his hands and catching him with those overhand rights. Like, you gotta love it. And then round 9, Floyd starts to really get in that zone. I mean, his accuracy was starting to pick up. Like, I don't even remember him missing a punch in that 9th round. I mean, I could be exaggerating, but I don't think the guy missed a punch in that 9th round. And then in the 10th round, it was like all the boxing experts predicted that, you know, after 25 minutes, Conor McGregor's gas tank would just run completely out and Floyd would just go in for the kill and knock him out. You have to give credit to Conor McGregor. I said this in my last video when I predicted who would win. I was wrong in my prediction, by the way. Floyd won by TKO and not decision. And for those of you idiots who keep going, oh, well, I bet Floyd won't go to the UFC. I bet he won't give Conor McGregor a chance in the octagon. I swear y'all just knee-jerk reaction type people. You just react off emotions. Think about this. How much financial sense does that make for Floyd? None. As far as his health, makes no sense. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen at this. The most guys like this, like we talking even champions in the UFC, they're only getting $500,000. Now, I say only. I mean, of course, you give me $500,000, I'm gonna be satisfied. But like for what they go through, $500,000 is really not a lot of money. $500,000 not enough money. It's definitely not enough money for Floyd Mayweather, a guy who really just fights pretty much for money. Like, he wants the big fights and the big paydays. Why would he go to the UFC and fight for less money when it's a pretty good chance that he can end up with a broken arm, broken leg, missing teeth, permanent brain damage? Like it's like high risk, low reward. So why would you do that? So for those of y'all going, Floyd too scared to go to UFC, I don't think it has anything to do with, you know, being scared or being a punk or whatever you want to call it. It just does not make sense. You have to give both guys credit, no matter whether you love them or hate them. Like, put your personal issues aside and let's just talk sports. You got to give Conor McGregor credit because he stepped out of his element and went and fought the best boxer of this generation. There's nothing else to say. You went out of your element and decided to fight the best guy at that sport. Pretty impressive. You got to give it to him. You got to give him an A for effort, E for effort, whatever you want to say. You also got to give it to Floyd. Hadn't fought in, I think his layoff was 700 and something days, which is a long time in boxing. Being 40 years old, still undefeated, there was still a chance that Conor could have landed a lucky one and got him out of there quick. But I think Greg Jackson, a well-known MMA coach out of New Mexico, was saying that you better get him out of there in 3 rounds, and if you don't, it's kind of one of them things like, oh well, you tried. Now, what I want y'all to take away from this video, I know this is not my normal video, it's not something I normally talk about, but what I want you to take away from this video is a lot of you out there will say, oh, well, I don't want to, you stall on starting a new journey, you stall on your fitness goals, and you stall on all these different things, and you just keep thinking, what if? Why don't you take a page out of Conor McGregor's book? Conor McGregor had absolutely nothing to lose. Win, lose, draw, he was still a winner, and I'm gonna tell you why. Conor McGregor got the biggest paycheck in his entire career. He got knocked out, which was what a lot of people predicted. And he gave the fans what they wanted. He stepped out of his element. He stepped out of his comfort zone. I mean, both guys won. I mean, this is one of them things, like, I don't believe in moral victories, but Conor McGregor gave moral victories a new definition. You can count on that. So the takeaway from this is, get out of them comfort zones. Step out of your element, because you never know what could happen. Conor McGregor stepped out of his comfort zone, and look at him. He richer than every last one of us. Me, you, everybody watching this video, anybody on YouTube got more money than every last one of us in one night. And hey, had to take a little punishment. Had to take a little bit of punishment to get it. But guess what? After what? 30-something minutes, richer than every last one of us. Hit the lottery in 30-something minutes. Boom. So, let that sink in. The pastor at my church always says, I just dropped $100 bill in your pocket. Or this is my favorite one, you'll get it when you get home. If you ain't got it now, you'll get it when you get home. But anyway, just wanted to give you my thoughts on the fight. Like, subscribe, reshare the video. Y'all have a good week.